Resume tips, advice on how to make a CV or resume when applying for a job in Australia where a visa is required. So to start with, um, I probably get maybe 100 emails a day with different with CVs from different people, and maybe only one of those will have the details I need to know to class someone as visa eligible. The rest of them I'll just delete or will just put into a folder. So if you're looking for advice on visa options, visa requirements, or getting a job in Australia, then let me teach you what is needed on your CV and or in your application email. So to start with your CV, at the top of your CV, there are 7 points you need to start with, right? So to begin with, you'll have your name, right? First name, last name, or first, middle, and last. Write it the same as it's in your passport. Because if we're moving forward with you, if we're assisting you and I'm searching for your details on my computer, I don't want to have abbreviations or nicknames. So your name to start with. Next, have your occupation, your job title written. Now, if your job title has some other colloquial terms or things, feel free to write two job titles or three job titles. Um, Underneath that, you would have your present location. What city and country are you working in at the moment? If you don't know, the processing times for visas will be different, and it depends on where you are when you apply for a visa. So I always like to know where the person is working right now. Underneath that, have your age. Ideally, write your date of birth. But if you're otherwise, you could just write the how old you are and what year you were born. Um, yeah, because if you don't know, visa options will differ depending on your age. Next is your nationality. Like what country are you from? What passport are you holding? Um, because visa requirements will vary depending on your nationality. Um, and then underneath that, have your contact details. So have your cell phone number and your email address. Now, if it's when it comes to email, ideally a Gmail email address, not a company or a school email address. And with the phone number, put down your country code and then your phone number. And then if you're using that phone number on an app like WhatsApp or something, also write after your phone number which app you're using. Because I'm not going to be calling 100 international phone numbers every day. So that's the top of the CV. Now, when it comes to your work experience, there are 9 sections that you'll want to put for each of your experiences. Now, with experience, I'm only looking at the last 5 or 10 years. I'm not interested in anything after that, right? I mainly focus on the first or the most recent 5 years. So to start with, put down the position. What is the position that you're given at work? What's your job title? What's the name on your contract or certificate of employment? What's that job title or position? Underneath that, you'll have the dates, the start date and the finish date. So the date when you started, your month and year, and then same for when you finish, month and year. Or if you're still there, just write still employed. Um, After that, you'll have the company name. What's the name of the business you work for at the moment? And then the location. What is the city and country of where that workplace is? Now, if the company's got a website, add in the website. Otherwise, put in a Google Maps link. What else do you want? Company type. What type of business is it? If you're a mechanic, are you working for a service center? Are you working for a dealer? Are you working for a mine site? You know, and then the last thing for that workplace would be the attendance. Is it full-time? Is it casual? Is it part-time? How many hours are you doing per week at that workplace? Now, um, after that, you would have a job description, right? Now, just put down the most important 5 tasks that you do at work, and then after that, have something like other details or specializations. Like if you're again, if you're a mechanic, put down the 5 most common makes and models of the vehicles that you are working on, or if you're a welder, the types of welding you're doing, the materials you're using, the thicknesses, etc. Um, what else do you want on your CV? Education. Now, when it comes to education, there's 2 that I'd want to see. I'd want to see high school and then anything after high school. So if you've done some sort of vocational or college or further education, technical school, that's what I'd want to see. Now, for high school, very simple. The name of the school, the city and country of where the school is, and the start and finish date, month and year. When it comes to college, basically the same. The name of the college, the city and the country, the start date, the finish date, and what was the course that you took. So that's the basic info for the CV. Now, when you're sending a CV in an email, there are some additional things you could also write in the email to help me class you as eligible or an interesting applicant, right? So let's say you've done your CV, now you're writing me an email. Now, if you're putting attachments in that email, make sure you label the attachments. If you've got your CV done, then rename that file and call it CV. If you're putting a picture of your passport in, change the name of that picture and call it passport, right? Now, if you've got work photos or a profile picture, if you're sending a selfie or a profile picture or work-related skills, pictures or videos, put them into a Google Drive folder. Put them into one folder and share me the link to that folder. And when you share the link, share it so I can just click it and open it. I don't want to have to click it and wait for approval, right? If I see a CV, if I'm interested, I want to look at the pictures, I want to click open and see. Now, if you've by chance done something like a skills assessment, a TRA, a vet assess, or if you've got some sort of impressive certificates, you might be a master mechanic, or let's say you're a nurse, you might have done your AFRA or your ANMAC or OSCE. If you've done any of these certificates, rename them, take a picture of them, rename them, and then attach them into the email or the Google Drive folder. If you are adding in your skills assessment, the page I want to see is the page with the picture and the verification code. If I can't verify it, then in my eyes, you haven't done it, right? If you're a nurse and it's your AFRA, just show me the blue AFRA page. I can see the registration number. I can see the expiry date on there. What else? If you've done an English exam, if you've done your IELTS or your PTE or your OET, same thing. Send me the page with the picture and the verification code. If by chance you are already in Australia, send me a picture of your present visa, right? So I can see the dates, I can see your work rights. If you're on a visa, are you the main visa holder or do you have subsequent entrants? Do you have a dependent on your visa? Or are you the dependent? If you've been to Australia before, let me know which visas you used when you were in Australia previously. What else could help you? Relatives, if you've got a direct relative, a sibling, or an uncle or a cousin that's in Australia, write that in the email. Let me know what's their visa status. Are they PR already? Are they a citizen? What city and state do they live in? Because if you don't know, if you've got direct relatives in Australia, there are some additional visa options that you may have. Um, what else to teach you? Okay. So yeah, again, when it comes to the CV, so each of those places you've written on your CV, if we do move forward with you, you would need proof of employment, right? Proof of employment. What is that? Proof of employment would be things like a certificate of employment, would be some sort of pay slips or salary, proof of salary deposits. Now, if you can't get proof of employment, then take that section off the CV, because in the eyes of immigration, if you can't prove that experience, then you don't have that experience. That also goes for police clearances. You will need a police clearance from your home country and from each country you've worked in where the period of time has been over 6 months. So if you worked in Saudi, you need a Saudi police clearance. If you worked in Qatar, you need a Qatar police clearance. Now, if you can't get these police clearances, then remove that experience off your CV, because each workplace or each country you've been to, we need to show, when we apply for a visa, we need to show police clearances for that experience or that country. Um, yeah, most importantly, don't use AI to build a CV or write an email. It's too easy to spot. We understand that 99% of the applicants for us, English is their second language. So, if there's spelling mistakes, if there's grammatical mistakes, we're not fussed. Understand, English is your second language. So anyway, so that's some tips on how to make a good CV when applying for a job that requires a visa. Cheers.